18th story in the book called Daddy. Perfect story for upcoming Father's Day. This is halfway through the book. We are now in the absolute middle. This is the painting that I did for this story, and I hope you enjoy it. My father was my hero. Sunday was my day with him. On Sundays, when he didn't go to work, he would find music on the big radio in the living room that we could dance to. He would lift me up facing him, set me down with my feet on his feet. Then he would hold me just like a dance partner and dance with me to the music on the radio. We saw people dance like that in the movies, and we never missed a step. On other Sundays, Daddy would lie on the living room rug on his stomach and open the Sunday paper to the funnies. Then he would read the comics to me and make his voice sound just like the characters in the cartoons. I loved the way he sounded just like Popeye. When Olive Oil came into the story, his voice would get high and light, and he sounded just like her. He sang, "I'm Popeye the Sailor's Man," and flexed his arms so he could show me how his muscles were so very strong. Sometimes we would become an acrobat team. He would lie on his back on the living room rug and tell me to stand near his feet. With his knees bent, he had me stand on the soles of his shoes while he reached up to hold my hands. Then slowly he would raise his feet and let go of my hands when I was upright and his legs were fully extended. I could almost touch the ceiling. It made me feel so daring. Daddy loved for me to think he was very strong and special, and I did. When he came home from work every day, he would kiss my mother and kiss me, and he would have a shot of whiskey. He gave me a taste once, and it burnt my mouth. I thought, only a very strong man could drink this awful stuff. My mother always had a Vorspeise appetizer ready for him when he came home. Sometimes it would be herring, sometimes chopped liver, sometimes gefilte fish. She had a million dishes to serve. I would sit and watch him eat. First he had a shot of whiskey, and then the appetizer. When the Vorspeise was fish, he would eat it with horseradish. My eyes burnt when I smelled the horseradish. How could he eat that stuff? He had to be very strong. Then he would ask me to bring him his newspaper, and he would settle down to read the paper. What a smart man he was. He wanted me to think he was a daring adventurer. He took me to Lindy's outdoor oyster bar. My mother said, "Why are you going there? They only have chazrai, pig food, to eat. Why are you taking Basha there?" It was my introduction to seafood that was prohibited by Jewish law. Fish had to have scales to be edible. Clams, oysters, shrimp, lobster, crabs, and eels did not have scales. I loved them. I equated eating seafood with magic of being with my father. We would go to the park, and he would push me on the swing until I was flying. I would fly right off. I loved the long chains that held the wooden seat. I had to hold very tight or I would fly off. He held him by leaning forward into his bush, and then with my toe, and then back to reach his hands. While I was going as high as possible, I could touch the sun with my toes. What a glorious feeling. When I outgrew playing with my father, it made me very sad. He suddenly looked like an ordinary man, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't get excited about going to the park with him or watching him eat chayne, horseradish. I still loved him, but he just wasn't my hero anymore.